name is Brian Black, and you might know me as Black Asteroid. However, I started in Minneapolis in the 90s working for Prince at his studio, Paisley Park. Prince hired me to be his keyboard technician. So I had the job of sampling all his old records, laying out all the sounds onto keyboards that he could play live. So I learned a lot from Prince in Paisley Park, and eventually took that experience and started producing my own music. The thing I took away from that whole experience was seeing Prince. His work aesthetic is amazing. He made music for the love of music. It wasn't anything superficial. There was no social media. At that time, it was just, he lived and breathed music. It was like, we would start in the morning, the band would rehearse, in the afternoon we'd be recording the songs, and then we would break for a few minutes, we'd be making music videos, and then back in the studio, and then at night there would be a private concert for like 30 people. So he was all about his love of music, and that's something you don't get so much from so many artists anymore. And it really is something that really stuck with me. Beyond all the superficial elements that goes with being an artist, at the heart of it is, what's the reason you're doing it? And I saw with Prince, he was the real deal, and that's something it sticks with me to this day. I was recording music on Mute Records, and Martin Gore from Depeche Mode was a fan, so he would collect my records, and we became friends. And then eventually I was on tour with Depeche Mode, so I worked a lot with Depeche Mode. We did some remixes and we became friends, and from there I ventured out and made techno records, but I always had this connection with more of a pop and a rock sensibility. I had recorded with Gary Newman and Depeche Mode, and I took all that and I tried to make techno with a different angle. I like to work with vocals and give it more of a rock structure. I'm just trying to take techno into that kind of world, and that's kind of what Black Asteroid is all about for me right now. My music was picked up by Rick for some catwalk shows. Got in touch and we became friends. Around the same time, Raf Simons was using my music, and that kind of pulled me into the whole fashion world. And it was really exciting because it was the aesthetic that I was trying to create, through my music, was visually represented by people like Rick Owens, and that's what drew me to Valley, was the brutalist design of the frames. I thought we shared a similar visual aesthetic, so that's why it was exciting to design a frame together and bring that whole world together. I'm a bit of an oddball in techno. I approach things differently. Like, I came from rock and roll or whatever, and classic song structures that I learned with Prince, and then I started making techno. So it's a different approach. I think maybe with Valley, they also came from a different world. So we've come into this from a different perspective than everyone else, and that's when you get this interesting result. It's cool because with the frames come in different flavors. We have the gloss, and then we have the matte, we have a color, and they're all named after Black Asteroid songs. And it's really exciting to have a visual, something physical you can hold and you can wear that is Black Asteroid. That's always what I'm trying to do, is give music a physical connection